Alright, first post going in. I don't know if this is called a pole barn or the beginnings of a pole barn, a small pole barn, a pole shed, or just a shed. But this is how I'm gonna build it. And it's just, first off, it's gonna start as a lean-to, 3 8-foot 4x4s, and then 3 10 foot long. Well, these are 10-foot 4x4s. It's gonna be 8 foot above the ground right here, and then 10 foot above the ground on there. Make a peak in the middle. I'm gonna come back and do the other side later on, but we're gonna go ahead and just do this so I can get stuff stored away from underneath over there to over here. I'm gonna put the feed and fertilizers, gasoline all over here. So there we go. Scraped the back side of the bag off. I was like, where did that bag come from? Thought I was gonna have to use a whole bag on each one, but I don't think so. More like half a bag. That ought to be good enough, huh? Alright. Done. Alright y'all, I'm back out here at the little pole barn I'm building, and I tried to do this the other day, and sometimes when you hit start and stop a record and stop on a record and stop on a standby on the camera, I hit it and it doesn't start recording, and I come back and I hit it again just real quick, and I end up recording what I don't want to record, and I don't record what I want to record. So anyway, I'm going to try and do this again. So look, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can level post the height of them pretty dang close. And that's all you really do need to be, is pretty darn close. I mean, you're not building a space shuttle, you're not building a submarine, you're not going, it doesn't have to be to the tolerances of micro inches or anything like that. So anyway, you want to get close. I mean, this is something that you don't, if you inch out, it's bad. If you quarter inch out, you might be able to, but I'm talking about you'll be less than that. Now there's two ways to do this, and there's more than two ways to do this. The way I do it, I'm trying to use all the posts that I can use without having to cut any off. Even if I have to go and cut some off at the end to make it level throughout the top, that's alright. But I can get level with what I call the beams that I'm going to put the rafters on. It's like a header board that you put across, that you're just going to lay the rafters across on the roof. So I don't have to get it exactly right. I can play. I got some play with the boards I'm going to put up that I'm going to put the rafters on. So at any rate, this is just the way I do it. So I'll go ahead. The sides, the outside sides are going to be, that's 10 foot 4x4s, and I put them roughly about 2 foot in the ground because I want about 8 foot on my sides, and these in the middle are 12 foot 4x4s, and I want at least 10 foot. So what that gives me is 2 foot slope and 11 foot. So I mean, I don't know what that is. It's like somewhere around 312, I guess. I'm just guessing. I don't have that kind of carpentry ability to get that slope in my head right quick, because I'm not that good. But I mean, I could probably pull out my phone and Google it real quick and get you a very precise number. But I just know that's plenty enough of a slant that I need, a pitch that I need to get to shed the water. That's a lot more than what some people put on little buildings like this. So I'm going to come down. I want it to be 2 foot slope. So I'm going to measure down 8 foot on here. And there you go. I already have the line because I've already done this on one of these for the other outsides, but I'm just going to extend it. 8 foot on that one. Now I'm going to do this later on the one I put over there, and it's going to level them out. But for right now, that's it. What I want to do is I want to pull that board off of there and undo all of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and undo all of that. That's the board I used to do the leveling when I set that one post on the corner outside right there. Alright, that's 22 feet exactly from post to post. So what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to bring this tape measure. The way I'm going to do that is right when it touches that, barely touching. 22 feet. Let's see. Two feet right there. I'm gonna square that up a little bit better. Don't you worry. Let's see, it should be 11 feet. Yep. 11 feet like that. I'll measure this to make sure I got this right. It should be 16 foot from post to. Yep, 16 feet. 8 and 8. Eight and 8. What we want. Yeah. Man, that ain't, that's right on the mark actually. So, I'm going to go ahead and dig that hole. And then the hole will give me a little bit room to where I can measure. Now, I mean, I can do a lot more measurements than that, but I have done this and this is pretty close, so I'll be all right. And it's close. Or not. Actually, I should put the outside one in first. I already did all of this, so I'm going with this. So, actually, I'll dig this hole, and I'm gonna dig both the holes first. I want to go at least 2 foot down. Right there. I'm going to go a couple more hits in it. Should be plenty. Come back to the side of that one. That should be pretty close right there. 16 foot here to here. Pretty close. Almost on the line. So close. When I got the holes in, when I put the boards up, I'll be able to get precise measurements. Alright y'all, I'm gonna dig the last hole, last one. I know a lot of people say you can do this a lot faster than what I do it. And if I did this every day for a living and put posts in the ground for barns or fences, I'd be a lot faster at it, but I am what I am at. That sounds like I'm Popeye, huh? Well, anyway. So y'all, I don't know where it stopped recording, but it ran out of battery, another battery, so I had to get the replacement. But I set these two posts, I put them in their hole. And this board has a bow in it, and the bow goes like that. And I want it to follow on the side rather than go toward the building or out. If it went out, it wouldn't be terrible, but it still would mess with the roof line. Going this way or that way, it doesn't mess with the roof line, and it still gives us structural support that it needs to give. It just, I mean, the bend is pretty significant. I mean, I don't know exactly how much of it is, but I can see it pretty evident. When I bought the board, it wasn't there. This board is fine. It's you can tell it's more aged, but it's got a crack in it. But it's all right. That's all right. All boards have that. I'm gonna be putting 2 pieces of threaded bar through there. Threaded 5/8 or it's either 5/8 or 3/8. I forget which one I got. Anyway, it's gonna be going through there. Chicken drama. Anyway, let me get crack-a-lacking on showing y'all what I gotta do. Y'all remember, I took a measurement from the top of this board down to here, and that's 8 foot. I'm gonna take the same measurement from the top of this board down to here to 6 foot. So I gotta do that. I gotta have my hands, so y'all gonna see that. I'm gonna put this on the tripod. Y'all get to see me do that. Well, y'all get to see me do that when I put this on the tripod, because I need my hands. Come down off of the top of this one, 6 foot. I came off down the top of that one, 8 foot. I want 2 foot difference from the top of the center to make the pitch a 2 foot drop and 11 feet. So this is 6 foot right here. I'll mark that. I'm going to go do the same thing to this board right here. So it's the same thing. Same thing. Again, this doesn't have to be, we're not making aircraft, we're not making space shuttles, we're not making submarines. We're just making something that's a covered area. Well, I might have to come down off of the top of this one. 8 foot. I don't know if I have a mark. I think I do. But I'm going to measure it again. I don't know if that's an 8 foot mark. That looks a little to me, but I don't know. It would appear to be that way on this one, because this is the one that has the floor higher to the, you know, and then that is 8 foot on the nose right there. So we did have an 8 foot mark. Now, if you had 2 people here doing this, you could probably skip this step. But I don't have that many people here. the way you get your level. So you bring this to level. Alright, that's level. This tells me it's level. So that one's screwed in at the 8-foot mark. So it gives me 2 foot higher, and this one's screwed in at 6-foot mark. Well, now I'm gonna put it there. Hopefully, that hole dug right. But I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna check my measurement on this one more time. This thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. Got a mark on here that shows me where 11 foot is. I think that hole is exactly right. I don't know if it ain't far off. I'm gonna have to shed a little bit of that hole. It ain't so hard doing this. Once you got the hole dug, it's just shaving off a little bit of the side. There it is. Yeah. Already got a hole right here. I think that's right. Let's see. That is perfect right there. And this is caught up board. It's okay, it's easy enough to go that way. Yep. good enough. Looks real good. Plumb all the way around. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put some cement in that hole. And it ought to be good. Alright, I put a little cement in there. Now I know I gotta go. Look, I'm just gonna take the hammer, the maul, and give it 1, 2. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Need to come this way a lot. Which is fine. Because that's easy. That's easier to correct. Alright. I had a better. Scooping shovel than this to do this with. I don't know where I put it. Probably by one of the gardens. Oh, anyhow, yeah, it's okay to put dry cement mixed down like this on posts. I like to check it a few times. Perfect. Perfect. I should drop stakes in the ground to move those boards on and hold them, but they're good enough. They're tight enough. Now the last one. You see, I plumbed that one up, and that one is basically 8 foot of post showing, but this is uneven ground, and that's how you level on uneven ground. You come off the top of the tallest pole, come down. I came down 8 foot. Don't matter how far you come down, you just come down the same amount, equal amounts, minus the pitch you want. And I want the center to be 2 foot higher than the sides. So I came down 8 foot right there, marked a mark, put that board in the middle. I leveled it, and I used that brace right here, to keep it level. And then I put my mark on that one, and I came down 6 foot. Since I came down 8 foot on that one, and I come down 6 foot on this one, that means I'm 2 foot lower. So that's perfect. And I do that on every board, and I get the exact height between everything, and it really works out well. That's how it is. I did level between the front and the back, and all the way to the sides. So everything should be pretty doggone close. Understand? When I put these in on here, I started with that one post, and I leveled to that post, to this post, so they're all the same height. Then off of that post, I did this post to that post, and then off of that post, I did this post, so they're all the same height. You come off that first post you did, and I did basically 2 foot in the ground, because that's the highest place. Gives me 8 foot. Even though this drops off pretty good over here, I still have the same height. Understand the geometry behind that? Anyway, that's how you find a level. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.